The problem that heat pumps always have, people complain about heat pumps saying that they don't give a lot of heat, because the colder it gets outside, the lower the amount, not just the amount of heat absorbed into the refrigerant, but the more work the compressor needs to do. Yeah. So unless you want to have a big giant compressor inside of this unit, the compressor can only do so much work, which means that you can only have so much heat coming out. How do we fix that? We put our little heater. So when the outside air is cold, if it's like, 30 degrees, and that's why we have this thing here. This is, so when it's going, you're going to be wiring this stuff up with me. So that's a transformer. So our power coming in is going to be 240 volts. It can be 120, but we're using 240 with this unit. It's going to drop that down to 24 volts, which is going to power that. This is going to operate as a switch. You see it has up, down. We'll be able to set our temperatures so that if we don't want that heater operating all the time, we can say if it's 30 degrees, if it's 20 degrees, if it's 0 degrees, then turn the heater on. Okay. Then this is a circuit breaker. So when you see the disconnect box that's outside on the outside unit, you have the disconnect box, but this isn't outside, so we don't need a disconnect box. It's also connected to the circuit breaker. So yesterday at the church, the guys were putting in the wires going back to the panel. The problem that you have a lot of times is that the circuit breaker, the smallest size of the circuit breaker is 15 amps. This unit is designed, this whole thing should never be more than like 8 or 9 amps. So that circuit breaker is never going to turn off unless there's a massive amount of power being drawn, which if you're getting that high, then this thing is in danger anyway. This pops at 10 amps. So this is going to preserve the unit, from some major electrical situations. Secondarily to that is, a lot of times people, their HVAC will stop working and they won't know why, and it's because the circuit breaker went, but they have no idea in the building where to find the circuit breaker at. This circuit breaker will go off before the building circuit breaker goes off, and now if this goes off, you come here, you reset it, your unit should turn back on. So it's just all these things where, not just the fact that it's going to solve a lot of people's problems in their homes, but then also in terms of what we're teaching and people are learning about this stuff. You know me, everything I do, I don't just want people to work. I want people to learn while they're working so that, listen, Lorenzo was the latest of a whole bunch of people who did work study with me who went on to jobs. So I'm not saying I'm kicking you out. I'm just saying that I want everybody to have that mindset, like I'm getting better, so that I can capitalize on any opportunity that comes along. So do me a favor, go over to Economy and ask for 12 2-wire.